Hey people, it's Temi if you're new here, and it's that time again. It's time for another colouring book challenge by a professional artist. This is a series where I just attempt professional art using colouring book illustrations. Today is going to be peak because I've actually gone a step further. If you want to catch up with the other videos in the series, I'll link the playlist here. But for today's, I'm feeling the nerves, but let's go. I'm going to pick an illustration from the Color Noir colouring book. By the way, I'll leave a link to it down below. Feel free to colour along with me. If you do, please tag me on Instagram. And here is the one I will attempt for today. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm kind of scared. Is this a background behind her? Hang on a minute, is she in a pool? Yeah, I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. But here is our lady from last time, and I'm gonna name her Folashade Kennedy. Folashade means honoured with a crown. What a powerful name. And I feel like it suits her so well because she's kind of in the posture to be presented with a crown. Do you know what I mean? And I really love that for her. So shout out to you EE's Drawers and Kay. Thanks for the suggestion. But anyway, for today's lady, I'm going to transfer her into my sketchbook as usual, and I'm using a graphite transfer sheet. If you're colouring along with me and you don't have one, that's cool. Feel free to just shade the back of your paper using an HB pencil and just go over the lines with a biro. And to be fair, transferring is a little bit long and you have to be quite careful to make sure that you're going over every single line. I advise you to use a different colour biro so you can easily see where you've gone, to make sure you don't do the same area twice or you don't miss an area completely. Also, I tried to go slightly outside the line. This might not be that deep, but this is just so that I can clearly see where has already been transferred. But it will take a while, so take your time and work from up to down. And now I have it all transferred, let's see the sketch. And it's looking good. But before I grab my colours, I'm going to quickly washi tape around the edges. So this is my first time doing a background for one of these, and I want to keep it confined in this kind of rectangular region. And to be honest, I'm feeling very nervous. She's in a pool, so colouring water, it can easily turn into a mess. I'm going to quickly lighten the lines, and it's time to pick our colours. I'll be doing my marker and colour pencil combo. So first, I want to pick a base colour for the pool. And I'm thinking this cloud blue. And funny enough, I don't know if it's that I can't read, I don't know what my problem is, because I definitely picked up the wrong blue. But I'm still happy with this shade, to be honest. Now I'm just picking a couple of browns for her skin and a dark brown for the hair, and it's time to colour. I'm starting by mapping out where the blue will go. So this will cover so much area. I'm trying to use it to dictate what other colours I pick for the rest of the illustration. And I really like the shade of blue. It looks like a happy accident. Word to Bob Ross. I'm not sure if you can tell at the moment, but I noticed in the illustration that half of the hair looks like it's underwater. So I've actually covered most of it in blue. And I've left the part of the hair that looks like it's slightly above the water. But I'm hoping that layering it over the blue will give the kind of vibe that it's under the water. I don't know, I guess we'll have to see. And for the swimsuit, it's given me cutout goddess. She's gonna have some skin peeking through and I'm here for it, it's gonna look very cute. And now for the skin. I know it's looking crazy. And this is what always happens when you just try to cover a white area. I hope it will make more sense the more I colour this in, but I'm just trying to put a base colour down. If you've watched some of the other videos in the series, you know that I also try shadowing with a darker marker colour, but it doesn't always work out, so I'm just not going to bother today. And also, I don't have a reference. So you regular subscribers know I've got aphantasia, I can't visualise things in my mind. So this is a bigger challenge than you'd probably imagine for me. I am using the inspiration of a few pictures, but I couldn't really find anything that matched this or mapped to this colouring page at all. The final bit of colour are just the petals. A pop of colour is quite cute. The eyebrow and liner. Those eyebrows are looking thin. Hopefully we can fix that later with the colouring pencils. But yeah, time to grab our pencils for some detail. The idea here and the process is just to use the colouring pencils for all of the detail. The markers formed a great covering and a great base. So now with the colouring pencils, I'm thinking about bringing in the shadows, the highlights, bringing in dimension, adding some warmth to the face. I always find it difficult to do this kind of front on kind of view. Where the shadow is going to be, I don't know. I probably should have decided this before I started colouring, but we move. In the illustration, it looks like the head is above water. So you know what I was saying about the hair around? So I'm kind of feeling like from the neck down, it'll be inside the water. And I might try having the chest or one leg also out of the water. We'll see how much energy I have later. But because the head is above water, I'm trying to keep the colours very normal. So it's not influenced by any blues in the pool. And I really struggled with this face. Like, regular subscribers know that I love colouring the face. The eyes, just always my vibe. But here we've got closed eyes. We've got this kind of flat look she's given me. Yeah, I'm not really liking the face so far. So I'm going to move on to the arms, and I'm just adding a little bit of shadow. But what I've clocked with arms is that it just never comes out good. And I think it comes down to not having a proper reference. And I really should have just laid down and used myself as a reference in this pose. And yeah, the skin color might be a little bit off, but it will still give me a much better idea of the lights and shadows instead of me just here guessing. Because at the moment, there's no rhyme or reason, no technique, just vibes. And now I'm trying to use lines to mimic water ripples for the kind of shadows that form against the skin with the pool water. And here you just have to trust the process. That is all I can say to you, because at the moment it's just giving me messy. But looking reflectively, I can see things that I really wish I changed while doing this colouring process. Firstly, I had zero business using the purple that I grabbed. The purple is a little bit too warm. It's got a very red shift, and I feel like it just clashes a little bit with the blue of the pool. Funny enough, if you're a regular subscriber, you know I'm always screaming, where are the purples? Where are the purples? Use purple for your shadows. But today is the day I should have left the purples the hell alone. It's not really giving the depth I was hoping for. So I'm just gonna move on to the pool. I'm just thinking, if I can get the pool looking right, it might help with the total vision for the whole piece, you know? So for the pool, I'm just drawing these oval kind of shapes. Honestly, there's no rhyme or reason as usual, because once again, the no reference thing really got my ass. If you've seen different references of water, I mean, if you've been in a pool, you know water just looks very different depending on the angle. The shadows form in different ways, the wave-like, ripple-like effects, just everything is different. If you think about it, even down to the colour, sometimes you can get like an aqua or a turquoise kind of blue, and some other times you can get this blue that I've chosen. Honestly, it's just guesswork. But one thing I like about colouring pencils, and the great thing about Prismacolors that I'm using today, is that it layers so well. So when I was putting the base down with the markers, I just needed the main blue colour, but I can then use white colouring pencils to layer over the top. I can use a darker blue for some dimension, for some shadows. I really love this marker colouring pencil combo. And I'm just having fun making these scribbles and just trying to get this pool looking like water. By this point, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm actually feeling a little bit demoralized. The only thing going through my head is, I don't know who asked me to do this. These colouring book challenge videos are always so challenging for me. It's so difficult to predict what any of these illustrations can end up looking like, because I just simply don't have a reference that I'm copying. And at the same time, it kind of gives me hope and it encourages me not to give up. But at this point, I'm just looking at this drawing like, I don't know if I can make something that looks nice, but I'm not gonna give up. And I always speak about perseverance on my channel. And even if this drawing doesn't turn out amazing, I will still learn from it. I've already learned that it's not everyday purple. But most importantly, I think one thing that keeps me going is that with continuous practice, in a year, when I try this kind of thing again, I'll be so much better, and I'll be able to look back at this drawing from 2021 and I'll be like, what was I thinking? You know, the improvement will be amazing. So it doesn't matter if I don't love this piece at the end of it. It's all for practice. All of these videos are for fun anyway, so it's not that deep. But one thing that's kind of bothering me is that the body doesn't look like it's in the water. So I'm thinking if I just try to bring in some blue into the skin, it will kind of look like it's beneath the water maybe. And I've started by using a blue colouring pencil, but it's not really giving what y'all said it should have gave. So I'm taking the plunge and I'm going to try using a blue marker. And to be honest, I'm definitely feeling where this is heading. It's giving me more of an underwater vibe. And I think what will really help with this illusion is just trying to rough up the edges, you know, make it look like she's actually interacting with the water around her. But yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna leave it. This illustration took me 3¼ hours, which is actually quicker than my other ones. So I don't know what to think about that. Is it that I just gave up? I don't know. I do know I definitely did not try my best. I mean, look at those hands. The top half of the body is giving me tattoo gone wrong, but the legs are looking somewhat believable, so I'm here for it. But here she is compared to the line work, and let me know what I should name her down in the comments. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.